How we doing, everybody? UFC Thoughts here, and today I'm going to be recapping UFC Paris, Imavov versus Bahalyo. It just wrapped up not that long ago. Pretty good fights all around. A lot of really solid finishes throughout the card. I believe the card went like 11 of 13 on finishes. The only fights that didn't get ended in a finish were Imavov Bahalyo and then Gomez versus Ruhala. Besides that, really good event. A lot of star-studded finishes, a lot of great fights. I did pretty mediocre on picks. I went 7-6. Thank God I didn't go 6-7. I got the main event right. Speaking of which, let's get right into it. Nasruddin Imavov versus Caio Borralho. This fight was actually pretty close. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a huge Nasruddin Imavov fan. Love him to death. He's I think he's pretty entertaining whenever he's able to actually exchange with people. I thought Imavov very clearly won round 2, 4, and 5. I thought he pretty clearly won these rounds. Now round 5, this looks pretty close. It was close. I thought Nasruddin very clearly landed the best shots of the round. Round 3 was very clearly Caio Borralho. Very clearly Caio Borralho. Round 3 was. And round 1 was close. Round 1 was pretty close. I honestly think you can make an argument that Caio won round 1 and 3. And then round 5 should have been a 9-9 round because Nasruddin should have been deducted a point. I thought you could argue this fight could have, if they take a point, this fight could have ended in a draw. I don't know how somebody scored this 50-45, I'll be honest with you. I think that's actually a criminal scorecard. It went basically how I predicted. 49-46, 48-47. Caio couldn't take down Nasruddin like I predicted, like many people predicted. His grappling actually isn't all that great. If you actually watch tape, he couldn't take down Abos Magomedov at all until he gassed. He was literally a corpse in the 3rd round. Yeah, the striking numbers were pretty even. Caio landed some good 1-2s. The speed difference was really the catalyst in this fight, I feel, for Caio Borralho. Nasruddin was tagging him just more, honestly. He was landing a lot of hard shots on Caio Borralho. And Caio was trying to trade with him, but you could tell that the speed difference was making him a little hesitant. There were some things that Caio was doing really well. I thought that the knee up the middle feint was working really well every time he did it to gain back space and to make Nasruddin try and block his body and then eat his jab upstairs. But besides that, Nasruddin looked really good, honestly. Give the man his title shot. I do not care how people feel about that fluffy RDR fight. Fuck them. Literally fuck them. Nasruddin, the win streak Nasruddin Imavov is on. Let me show you guys something. The win streak that Nasruddin Imavov is on, 5-fight win streak. I know Fluffy has, what is it? It's 9 right now. Fluffy's win streak doesn't even have fucking half the names. Well, it has technically 2. Technically, but the name value that Imavov has: Dolidze, Cannonier, Brennan Allen, Israel Adesanya, and now Caio Borralho. And he has what? He has 2 finishes in there? Yep, knocked out Cannonier and knocked out Israel Adesanya. Fuck Fluffy, fuck RDR, I do not care. Give Nasruddin Imavov his title shot. Does he win? I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. I think Khamzat would beat him. But I think Khamzat beats Fluffy and RDR pretty easily, though. So what's the point? I say give it to the merit in this case, which is Nasruddin Imavov. Caio Borralho had some moments. I say book him and Robert Whittaker early next year, I'd say. Just get Caio back in there as soon as possible. I could tell that it was a little bit of hesitancy early on, mostly due to him being out of the octagon. You could see he was out for over a year. Like, you look at the fight, he's hesitant to throw almost during every exchange. So give Nasruddin a title shot, book Kaio against Robert Whittaker. Pretty decent fight. Nasruddin won. Was close, though. Was close. And should have been deducted a point. Don't forget, Nasruddin got away with, I want to say, 2 eye pokes and a groin shot. He got away with 3 hard fouls. Kaio, I think, hit Nasruddin in the nuts once, I think is what it was. Yeah. Should have been deducted a point. Should have. We move to the co-main event. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Mauricio Ruffi. Man. I knew. I was pretty confident Kaio was going to lose. This one, I'm going to be honest with you, it's kind of bad. It's kind of a bad look for Mauricio Ruffi. Listen, Benoit, I knew the first round was going to be tough. I knew it was, because looking back in some of Benoit's fights, his grappling is really, really good early on. It's just he's super hittable, but his actual grappling prowess and actual ability is pretty fucking good in the first round. That's why the Moicano performance was so shocking, because he absolutely fucking murdered Benoit in that first round. Mauricio, he didn't get dominated, but he very clearly got shown levels in the grappling department, which, to be fair, I should have probably, I kind of just went off the fact that he trains at Fighting Nerds, and the other 3 guys have pretty decent takedown defense from the looks of it. Carlos has really solid takedown defense. John Silva has a really solid takedown defense. I just kind of looked at it. They all say that Mauricio is the best of them. So I was like, Mauricio's got to have pretty solid takedown defense too. And to be fair, he defended 7 takedowns. It's just, he made some big mistakes when trying to get up. He gave up his back a lot. He gave up his back a shit ton against Benoit. Gave it up about 3 times in the first round, I want to say. Gave it up once in the second round, which eventually led to him getting submitted by Benoit Saint-Denis. And on the feet, Benoit was walking down Mauricio Ruffi. Mauricio was very nervous on the feet, very hesitant to throw, and it was mostly due to that takedown threat that Benoit posed after round 1. Round 2, he started off pretty good, threw a flying knee, landed a good right hand, threw a knee as Benoit was coming in. Besides that, look at the numbers. Look at the numbers here. Mauricio threw 18 strikes in basically 8 minutes. I want to say that's about the same amount that he threw against Bobby Green, maybe. And that fight was maybe 2 minutes. Maybe. He just needed to throw more. He did. He tried to be a little flashy in moments, and that actually led to him getting taken down in the second round, was him trying to be flashy. He was trying to roll with punches, and then allowed him, he was sideways to Benoit Saint-Denis, and then Benoit just got a double leg on him. So weird performance from Mauricio Ruffi. Really good look for Benoit Saint-Denis, though. He's back on. 2 wins in a row for Benoit. My first lightweight prospect love on this channel was Benoit Saint-Denis, if you don't remember. He's a dog. If you look back at my first ever video was a UFC Paris video when he fought Thiago Moises. I was like, Benoit's a certified dog. I need to bring shit like that back. Anyways, Mauricio, he's just got to get better grappling. That's basically it. And he's just got to be willing to throw more. I don't know. This is a weird night for the Fighting Nerds. Weird night. Kaio, I understand why he lost Nasruddin. Mauricio should not have lost to Benoit Saint-Denis, though. That's crazy. 2 of the nerds go down. That's 2 nerds. That's 2 more nerds that now have losses in the UFC. John Silva fights next week. Now I'm getting fucking nervous. All right. So, great win for Benoit Saint-Denis. He latched up a neck crank. It wasn't even a rear naked choke when he made Mauricio tap. It was originally, and then Mauricio kept tucking his chin. And then he just tapped due to pressure, which kind of, I'm not a huge fan of that look, I'll be honest with you. Because it didn't look all that. There was there was some space there. I don't know. I think Mauricio might have just wanted out a little bit, but I understand that that pressure can feel like it's going to fucking break your jaw a little bit, but lock in, bro. We move to the featured fight, Modestas Bukauskas versus Paul Craig. Pretty simple. A lot of this fight was Paul Craig backing up, throwing chintzy knee oblique kicks at Modestas. I don't have my cursor showing. Uno momento, so you guys can see what I'm pointing at. There we go. He was throwing little chintzy little oblique kicks at the knee of Modestas Bukauskas, throwing body kicks on Modestas. Modestas was just backing up Paul Craig, falling into the clinch with Paul, which I was kind of getting nervous about a little bit. But eventually, Paul Craig just kind of kept getting hit a little bit. At range, Modestas was very clearly just doing better. And then in the final, 20 seconds, I want to say, of the round, Paul Craig had, a little bit of a arm hook and just pulled guard on Modestas. Modestas happily followed him down, rained down some shots of ground and pound, and then elbowed the ever-living shit out of Paul Craig with about 2 seconds left. That actually knocked him out, and they stopped the fight at the buzzer. Because Paul Craig, he, gets hit by it, and then he does the thing that Paul Craig does where he's like an unconscious, where they, look stiff, and then they just, kind of roll over, but, and his arm flop down, and then he, kind of, jolts awake, and he's bleeding everywhere. One of the other elbows cut him open pretty bad, too. Paul Craig retires. Sad to see him go. I wanted to see more light heavyweights use him as a resume booster. We won't see that anymore, sadly. So, happy retirement to Paul Craig. Hope you enjoy it, brother. Thank you for all the memes that you've brought us. Modestas is, he's on one. I want to say he's 5-1 since his return to the UFC. I think the only fight he's lost is Vitor Petrino since his return. Yeah, he beat Tyson Pedro, beat Zach Payonga, loses to Petrino, and then racks off 4 wins in a row. Pacquiao, Cerqueira, Cutelaba, and Craig. That's 3 finishes in there, too. And then Ion Cutelaba was a pretty close fight. Arguable robbery, but, that's besides the point. All I'm going to say, now I might not make a whole video about it, does this performance not make Bo Nickal's performance look even more shit against Paul Craig? Anyone else feel the same thing? Modestas isn't even that, insane of a grappler. And the first 20 seconds he was with Paul Craig on the ground, he absolutely murdered him. Bo Nickal was so scared that he'd even try a takedown. Just food for thought for you guys. Bo Nickal's garbage. Anyways, we move to Bellagioki versus Mason Jones. Crazy fucking fight. This fight was nuts. Round 1, Bellagioki, they only credit him with 1 knockdown. He dropped Mason Jones twice in the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds of this fight. Dropped him really bad with some hooks. Was winging shots. I thought that the fight was going to get stopped, honestly, the way that it was looking. Mason Jones bounces back. He starts to get a little bit recovered. And then he wings a right hook at Bellagioki. And Bellagioki literally sputters to the ground like a helicopter out of control. And then Mason Jones gets on top of him and threatens crucifixes and Kimuras and all this. Round 2 rolls around and Bellagioki is just so tired. He burned all of his explosive gas in that first round. Mason Jones very easily gets a takedown off of a whiff of a takedown attempt from Bellagioki, gets him down, throws him down brutally, may I add, with a judo throw. Gets on full mount and just starts raining elbows down on Bellagioki. Brutally finishes him from top mount. Great win for Mason Jones. What a comeback as well for the Welshman. Love to see it. I love to see shit like that. So, great win for Mason Jones. Bellagioki, I don't know, man. He's very iffy in the UFC so far. I don't know who you book him against. Mason Jones, I'd say I'd like to see him early next year. I don't know who you could put him against. Maybe him versus Fares Ziam when he's clear, to come back to fighting. Rest in peace, by the way, to Fares Ziam's grandmother. I forgot to mention that in my picks and breakdown video, but yeah, good win for Mason Jones. We move to Axel Sola versus Rhys McKee. Pretty good fight, honestly. Traditional Rhys McKee fight where he loses, just kind of toughs through a lot of bullshit thrown at him. Axel Sola looks decent. I don't know why I didn't notice. Axel Sola is a lightweight. I don't know why I never noticed that. When I was watching tape on him, this dude's a lightweight. I should have fucking picked this. Lighter man skill. This is where lighter man skill actually does apply. Unlike, Harry Hardwick. Because this dude's actually like a unit. He's like 6'1", 6'2", for lightweight. Of course he's going to translate up to welterweight. That's just how that works. And he's not like... Anyways. Round one, Axel was pinging Rhys McKee's head back with a bunch of shots. Rhys McKee started to walk him down, landed some decent shots in round one. Was very clearly an Axel Sola round. Round two, pretty close. I still thought this was an Axel Sola round. Honestly, I thought he landed the best shots in the round, was still bloodying up Rhys McKee. Rhys McKee was pressuring a lot. He wasn't doing a whole lot with the pressure, though, which is a big issue that a lot of people don't recognize. That's why I think that round one between Imavov and Bahaljo is so close, because Imavov was pressuring, but was doing absolutely nothing with it. Caio actually, once he started pressuring, did something with it in that first round, using the clinch to knee and gain some position. Rhys McKee was doing nothing. Round three rolls around, pretty banger round. Honestly, they were just slugging the entire time. And then Axel Sola ducks down, rips to the body with a body uppercut, and then he backs off a little bit. Rhys McKee charges in yet again, same thing, rip to the body. Rhys McKee crumbles to the ground. Early stoppage, for sure. I would have let that go on a little bit more, just knowing how tough Rhys McKee really is. You know what I mean? Maybe Axel Sola blows his wad, and then Rhys McKee starts to mount a comeback like he did against Alangelusa. You know what I mean? Like, we never know. Pretty weak stoppage, but I can kind of understand. He was just kind of curled up in a ball, kind of covering up a little bit, but it is what it is. Good win for Axel Sola. Debut in the UFC. I got duped by other people, saying, Rhys McKee, man, he's a great underdog, man. You got to pick Rhys McKee here. I got duped by people, man. But then I watched tape and I was like, Axel Sola, he's like, didn't realize it's a lightweight competition, so good win for Axel Sola. We move to the start of the main card, William Gomis versus Robert Ruhala. I thought this was honestly a pretty decently clear win for William Gomis. I see a lot of people saying Robert Ruhala 2-1 based off of rounds 2 and 3, which I can somewhat understand. In round 2, I thought round 2 could have gone to Robert Ruhala. Round 1 was very clearly William Gomis. He was teeing him up a little bit. Round 3, the argument here is that Robert hurts William with a head kick. He hurts him, wobbles him decently bad, but William Gomis recovers and then takes him down and starts to land solid shots. So I honestly don't agree. I thought this was pretty clearly William Gomis. Robert Ruhala did look decently good in moments. Round 3, like I said, he hurts William Gomis with a head kick, which was the most important thing in the round. He didn't do enough with the wobble. It was one of those things where, like, you could somewhat tell he was wobbled just based off of, like, his footwork. He was kind of, like, a little jittery. But other than that, like, Robert didn't capitalize on it. He didn't hurt him even more. He didn't, like, drop him or anything. So I don't think that's something you can kind of capitalize on. Like, he didn't, like, drop him. He wasn't so visibly hurt that the crowd, well, I mean, they wouldn't really react that way because it's their own guy. But, like, the commentary was, they didn't even, like, you had to, like, be, like, locked in seeing that William Gomis actually got hurt. So I don't think it's, like, that much of a argument for Robert Ruhala, but I digress. William Gomis, good win for the Frenchman. Decently entertaining, too. I didn't mind this fight. I thought this fight was actually decently entertaining for a William Gomis fight. I thought he looked decently good as well. So, congrats. We move to the featured prelim, Umar Sy versus Brandon Ribeiro. Went about as good as I thought it would. Umar Sy takes down Brandon, hurts him with a jab, takes him down. A bit of scrambling going on. Umar eventually ends up on top. Just starts raining down ground and pound against the fence. Puts him out with a some heavy shots to the side of the head, elbows, and then punches. Good win for Umar Sy. Not a lot of breakdown here. Everyone knew this was going to happen. If you pick Brandon Navarro, you're dumb. I'm going to be honest with you. That'd be a terrible pick, honestly. Umar Sy is just so much better than Brandon Navarro. You could say that about a lot of my picks, too. You could say that about my... What's a pick on here that I got wrong? You could have said that on Sam Patterson, Trey Waters, right? Sam Patterson is just 10 times the athlete Trey Waters is. So it is a little subjective, but I think Brandon Navarro is shit. So good win for Umar Sy. Did what he should against Brandon Navarro. We move to, Marcin Tybura versus Ante Delija. Ante Delija looks good. He does look good. Watching tape on him, I could see that Ante Delija, like I said, he's a very athletic heavyweight, which we don't see a lot. He's very fast on the feet, pretty potent with his striking. I just thought that he would be able to, he'd get taken down really easily, because Marcin Tybura's got just like actually good grappling, and Ante Delija on his back is terrible. But Ante Delija stayed the course, kept the fight on the feet like he should have. He actually flatlined Marcin, ran him to the cage, landed really big shots, made Marcin Tybura, honestly made anybody that's lost to Marcin Tybura in the past like 3 or 4 years look really shit, honestly. like the way Ante Delija beat Marcin Tybura, it's like how people would have reacted to like when Hernandez beat Beneil Dariush back in the day, where it was like he just stormed through him. It was like, well, you're pretty shit for losing to that guy now, aren't you? You know, like Ante Delija made it look so incredibly easy against Marcin Tybura. He literally walked him down, ran at him, hit big shots, and then Marcin just fell over and got knocked out. So, great win for our Ante Delija. Is he going to be top 7 at heavyweight? Dude, he's going to be number 7. Dude, we're going to see Ante Delija versus Curtis Blaydes. Like next year. Like early next year. Like that's a reality. I don't know, man. Great win for Ante Delija. We move to Harry Hardwick versus Kawhi Fernandez. Man, Harry Hardwick haters are just loving this right now. There's like this weird like cesspool of MMA fans that just don't like the Hardwick brothers. I have no idea why. I think it's because Harry Hardwick, there's that video of him talking shit about Anthony Smith or whatever. Yeah, they're eating pretty good after this fight. Demolition job from Kawhi Fernandez. Literally landed, I think, all of these significant strikes. Most of them are leg kicks. I think about 12 of them are. Beat up both legs really bad. Harry, of course, had to get taken out on a wheelchair that a lot of people are making fun of, which is kind of fucked up. But landed good shots on the feet as well. Boxed the head off of him. Made Harry look, honestly, kind of mid. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't know what it is with the Hardwick brothers, but whenever they step up to that next level, like Contender Series or even UFC, they just look so, like, mediocre. I don't know what it is about them. Harry got beat up tonight. I keep forgetting his fucking brother's name. Harry Hardwick. What's his brother's name? I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. I don't know. His brother loses on the Contender Series, though, to Abdul Karim Al-Sawadi. I remember Abdul Karim Al-Sawadi's name, though. Yeah, I don't know. Harry Hardwick got beat up. Kawhi Fernandez looks really good. The Perez fight would have been interesting seeing this. I'll be honest with you. Kawhi's a weirdly good fighter. So, we move to Sam Patterson, Trey Waters. I got this fight wrong. Bit of a scrap on the feet. They were landing big shots. Trey Waters was looking pretty good early on. He looked like his head movement was frustrating Sam Patterson. He was tagging Sam Patterson from ranges where Sam Patterson couldn't really hit him. But then Sam Patterson set up a beautiful right hook, dude. It was so nice. Hurt Trey Waters really bad. Capitalized on it, landed a lot of big shots afterwards. Trey Waters never went down, but he was so visibly hurt on the feet that he was just kind of like, he was like wacky inflatable arm flailing tube manning around the cage. I love the stoppage. Don't make Trey take any even more damage, like bouncing his head off the canvas or whatever. Again, another really good performance from Sam Patterson. That's the second time I've doubted him. I used to be a super big Sam Patterson believer, and I have been. It's not like I don't like Sam Patterson. I thought the last two guys that he's fought, in Trey Waters and Danny Barlow, were just a bit better. But Sam Patterson, again, proves me very, very wrong. Sam Patterson's low-key him. So I'm going to stop doubting him from now on. So I said that about Fluffy, though. So what do I know? Great win for Sam Patterson. Beautiful finish. 4 fights in a row for Sam Patterson. The future. Good win. We move to Brad Tavares versus Robert Bryzchek. It's just like fucking Robert won. He won the first round very clearly. Knocked down Brad Tavares. Almost finished him in the first round. Pretty bad. Brad actually saved himself by getting a takedown at the end of the round. Round 2, very clearly Brad Tavares landed more, did more, and this is what I thought the whole fight would look like. It was just a boring decision. And then round 3 rolled around, and Robert Bryzchek hurt Brad Tavares against the fence again. Put him against the fence, put him in the fetal position, and then just started wailing off shots of ground and pound. And then the ref had to step in. So, good win for Robert Bryzchek. I saw a comment that really, epitomized what this fight really was. It really is just a mix of Brad being out of his prime, older as shit, and then Bryzchek actually improving a little bit since the Ihor Potieria fight. He looked a lot better in this fight, is what I'm trying to say. So, good one for Robert Bryzchek. We move. My fucking God. Andreas Gustafsson versus Rinat Fakhretdinov. Yeah, I'm never picking against Rinat Fakhretdinov against this level of opponent ever again. I got swindled. I got swindled twice on this card, and it pisses me off so fucking much. This whole build-up, I was thinking, oh yeah, Renat's gonna beat him. That was my whole opinion leading up. And then I was watching other people's videos, and they're like, dude, Andreas Gustafsson, man, he's a fucking marauder, man. He's this, that, and the other, man. And then I was like, Renat has looked a little bit weird in his last 2 fights, you know what I mean? He's looked pretty weird in his last, actually, 3 fights. I was like, fuck it, I'll buy into the hype. Andreas Gustafsson literally went out there and looked like a fucking bumbling fool for under a minute. He looked like a fucking moron out there and just got finished. And the first sign of adversity this guy faced. Remember, there's a video of this dude literally coated in fucking blood on the regional scene. Literally drenching himself. It looks like he's doing a fucking blood ritual. The first sign of adversity Rinat gave him, he landed 1 good punch. Andreas was like, oh my fucking God, man. What are you doing? You fuck. You broke my Rinat Fakhretdinov streak just for you to be absolute fucking garbage. You fucking shithead. Oh my God. The thing is, this makes me even more mad because I'm a Chaos Williams fan. So it's like, Chaos, how the fuck do you lose to this guy? Dude. He's ass. He's so bad. Rinat Fakhretdinov, great win. Good finish. How he literally just crumbled. He crumbled the immediate, at the immediate sign of it. Fucking hell, man. Can't catch a fucking break. Good win for Rinat Fakhretdinov. We move to Sean O'Bannon versus Sam Hughes. Clinical performance from Sam Hughes. Uses takedowns. Crucifix on the ground. Got her on the ground again very early. In the second round, was beating her up the entire time. Shauna gave up her back, choked the shit out of her. Great win for Sam Hughes. Shauna Bannon, finally I get to see her lose again. Dude, I fucking hate Shauna Bannon, bro. She is fucking ass. UFC Paris was pretty awesome, not gonna lie. There was 11 finishes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There was 11 finishes. I can count. The finishes are pretty cool, too. Main card, pretty solid. Main event was decently entertaining. 2 nerds falling at the hands of Frenchmen. Pretty crazy. Paul Craig retirement. Yeah, I did mediocre on picks, went 7-6. Still have not gone negative on the year, dog. Still have not gone negative on the year, dog. That's what we fucking do around here, dog. I didn't do good. I ain't going to 500 on a card, though. So, there that. Yeah. If you like the video, give it a like. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you guys want to see next. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.